Hey guys, LongHaul Larry. We are out here in the ADL shop working on 792, and we are going to be removing, I forgot an extension, a differential. The front differential on 792, this is a pretty common problem. This happens. They leak right between the axle housing and where the differential meets up. Develop leaks there, and over time. And so basically what you need to do is pull the front differential off, clean the two surfaces, roll up real good, check for cracks or anything. It's pretty rare, but it does happen. But you can check for cracks and everything. If everything is good, just clean up the surfaces, put a good RTV in it, and turn around and seal them back up again. So basically what we need to do is pull all these bolts all the way around here, around this front differential. The problem is that I'm out at the ADL yard and I don't have a lot of my tools that I have in my own shop and everything. So I kind of have to improvise and stuff. And another mechanic that works here once in a while, he came up with this idea. He said of putting pins in the holes and then trying to slide the differential out on the pins to hold it up. I usually use a cherry picker, put it up over it, chains onto it to support it, and then I can just swing it out, clean everything, put it back in. He came up with that idea and he said he had some pins at home. He brought them and they were 1/2-inch pins. They're 1/2-inch thread. This is 5/8 thread, so it wasn't going to work. So I went to Fastenal and I bought 4 of these, and these are same sizes of the bolts that are in there. And you can see I have one up there. I just double checked to make sure it's right. And if I could slide it out to the end of that nut, where the end of the bolt is there, that'll give me enough room to get behind there and clean everything up. So I'm going to put 4 of these bolts around this thing, and then I'm also going to put a strap on the yoke to help to support this end. Because if you don't, this thing is going to be, it's real awkward in a way. It's got these big gears behind it and everything. And when you pull it out, this thing will spin and flop around and everything. You want it to come straight out, be able to clean it, push it straight back in. So I have gone around and I've used a breaker bar to break all the bolts loose. And now I'm just going to be zipping the bolts out and putting these other bolts into place. So we'll get started doing that. This is going to be one of the places that I'm going to put one of these. I'm going to have one up on the top there, and then I'm going to put one here. I don't know if I'm going to get this longer socket down here at this angle, maybe. Go. Let's run this one into. Big old booger in there. One right here. Whoa, this right in. And then this is the last bolt. I wish I could put kind of more even spacing. You know, have them over there and have them over there. Have one up on the top, but I can't. Those are actually studs in there with nuts on them, so. Alright. So I gotta go up top and take the nuts off the studs. Alright. We have 3 nuts that are over here. Basically the reason why there's nuts is because you got your power divider right here. That's what this is. There's an air hose that goes to this. Inside the cab there's a little button that you can lock the axles. So both axles are turning in case you need more traction. That makes a gear flip up in here and locks this differential with down vectors so that they all turn. So this is kind of in the way of these. That's why they can't have bolts, because you can't get them out. You wouldn't be able to get everything in there, so you have to, these are nuts. So pop these loose. Alright, you gotta pull the axles out. Can't pull the differentials unless you pull the axles. Go. There's one axle. Alright, we got the axles out. Now, it is a little loose. Take that rest of this out. It's going to come out as a stud. There we go. Now let's see what happens. There we go. There we go. It worked. Alright, there you guys go. You can see what the inside of the diff looks like. Basically, this is your diff right here. That's your main diff right there. And then there's a spot over on the side here, and there's one on the other side. That's where those axles came out of that I pulled out. And then this shaft right here in the center, that's what the output shaft is to the secondary diff back there. Basically what happens is when power comes to it, it slips. If one tire is slipping more or something like that, then this will spin and it will give traction to one side or the other. It's basically the way diff works. Real easy explanation. There's a lot more to it, but pretty easy, pretty simple. So now we're just going to clean all this up. I'm going to get a gasket scraper, and I bought one, and we're going to clean all the surface up, and I'm actually going to take some sandpaper, and I'm actually going to sand it and everything else to get a nice clean surface. And then I'll apply RTV and button it back up. Alright guys, we have it all cleaned up. Everything has been cleaned up. All the surfaces are just, I've gone over every little thing and cleaned it up really well. And I've actually went over it with 120 grit emery cloth, and I've actually gone down and went all down through the bottom, took my spotlight down there and checked it all over and looked for cracks, took a razor blade and scraped it along, make sure you couldn't miss any cracks. I looked at everything. There is no cracks in the bottom. So we're good to go to seal this back up. So basically, the bus wants me to use this. It's a Dynatex black RTV silicone. And we're just going to start applying this. The thing that I like to do is I will go around each bolt and all this stuff, but then I always go over it and I smooth it out afterwards. With my finger to make a nice even coat, but then I put it on both pieces. And it kind of cures up just a little bit, you know, in the time that I'm going to get this back together. It will kind of cure up just a little bit. This one's going to be hard to get to. It'll just start getting sticky. And they'll bond real good together. The thing is, about 90% of this is going to actually squeeze out. And this stuff here is safe that if it goes inside, it's not going to hurt the bearings or nothing. That's why you use RTV. But if you've ever put RTV on a metal surface and you smooth it out with your finger like this, and as you smooth it, it actually is like peeling off of it. That's because you got oil residue on it. So it's actually not sticking to it. Alright, let's push her in. That was easy. Well guys, we got a differential all put back together now. I still need to add oil, but like I said, I don't have these gaskets. That'll be Tuesday before I can get those gaskets. So I had the surfaces all cleaned up. I just need the gasket. Tight nose torque goes down, 145 pounds of torque on nose. Add the oil, we're all done with that. Some subscriber, I was just showing you guys a little bit more organized. There's a pile and a bench of this junk, but some subscriber, when I was doing a video about the shop and stuff, he made a comment in one of my videos about maybe using a piece of pipe to hold the tire irons. And my boss man saw that comment, I guess, and he said something to me. I haven't had a chance to look at the comments. Been just too busy. But he mentioned it, and he's like, "That's a good idea." So there you go. I don't know what the subscriber is, but there you go. Your idea got used up. So put a piece of pipe there, and it holds up the tire rings. Ooh, and look at this fancy stuff, huh? Woo! Got the creeper hanging up here. Got the dolly that's rated for people under John's weight. and this here is it's like a step ladder that you hang onto a tire, and then you can, you know, step up and get up and stand on top of the tire or whatever. But it's like a step ladder thing. Works pretty cool. I've seen them, but I've never thought about ever getting one. But I've actually used it and it works good. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope everyone out there is having themselves a great day, great night. So you're watching this here video, and if you're not, so just try that all over again tomorrow. I'll catch you later. On to the next project. See ya.